come out, same story.
Hi friends, it's Libby. If you're new here, I am a 30-something living on my own for the first time in New York City post-divorce, and today is a very exciting day because I'm gonna go pick up a puppy that I bought. So quick story time into this. So I have had animals in my life, my entire life, starting with my dad had a dog before he and my mom even met and got married, and so that was the first dog that I grew up with. And then I've had, a lot of dogs and pets throughout my life, and for the first time, basically with the exception of college, like this is my first time that I haven't had a pet or a dog around, and I've really been missing it because, among everything else that I left behind when I moved out here to Manhattan, I left my two dogs with my ex in California, and I really miss them. So I've been really wanting a pet and debating, like, do I want to have a dog when I'm living alone and kind of having this freedom for the first time in my life? Do I want that responsibility? And yes, I really miss having a furry friend. I've noticed like how obsessed I've been with everyone's dogs. Like I feel like everyone, at least in Manhattan, has a dog. It's, just like there are dogs everywhere. The people bring them into stores. Like people are just like walking their dogs into TJ Maxx, stopping everyone to pet their dogs. So for the last couple of months, I've actively been on Pet Finder. I say that it's, one of the dating sites I use every day. It's like, I go on Bumble, I go on Hinge, I go on Pet Finder, looking for my perfect match. And so I'm really excited that today I'm picking up my puppy, but so a little more detail on this. I have a letter for an emotional support animal from my therapist, which is also helping me be able to have a dog in my apartment. Our building does allow dogs, but it's very expensive unless they are a support animal. And given the grief and trauma that I've gone through this year, I can have an emotional support animal, which I think is going to be extremely helpful. Because I've noticed that there's a lot of times where I just get really panicky, and so I think having a little cuddly puppy will be helpful. And then, so as I said, I was on Pet Finder all the time, and I've realized that there's really only like two breeds of dogs that I'm really interested at this point. One was an Italian Greyhound, which almost never comes up for adoption, especially purebreds. So I was looking at, do I want to get a mixed breed should one come up, which they were like not coming up. Do I want to buy one? They're expensive, I don't know. And then the other is some sort of really tiny poodle mix. Ideally, I wanted a dog around 10 pounds, maybe less, which again is really, really hard to find because they get snapped up very quickly. And it seems like there's a lot of people applying to foster and adopt dogs right now in New York, which is a great problem to have. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm so excited that these dogs are getting loving homes. But I applied for a few and really wasn't even hearing back. And I know it's because they're like, we just have an inundation of applications, so we're not even getting back to people. Because I know my application was fine and my references were good and all of that. So as the divorce is finalizing, I did get some money, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy the dog that I want. And so I found a reputable breeder, which, I mean, knock on wood, we're picking up the puppy today, so we'll find out for sure. But I am getting a toy maltipoo. So a little bit about that breed. One of my dogs that I had to leave in California was actually a maltipoo rescue, and love her. She's about 11 pounds. She's all white. It's my Coco. And so she's more of like a standard maltipoo. A toy maltipoo is a toy poodle and a Maltese mix. And so the puppy that I'm getting, she's currently 9 weeks old, but her adult weight should be 7 to 10 pounds. So a little fluffy nugget. Also, if you don't know much about these dogs, they're a non-shedding breed, so they grow hair instead of fur. So that does mean that just like human hair, you need to get it cut regularly, which I'm very familiar with, having had 2 poodle mixes for the last 10 years. So yeah, so we're gonna go get her today. The name that she is coming with is Butterscotch. I'm probably not going to keep that name. I'm still thinking of names, and we'll probably decide once I actually meet her and get to know her personality and everything. But I've just been getting the apartment set up to have a puppy here. I haven't had a puppy in 10 years. So we're gonna be doing potty training and all of that kind of stuff, which I'm a little overwhelmed by. But it's gonna be fine. I've done it before, and you know, I guess I've more or less got the time. I work from home most of the time, so I'll be around for her, and yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna be great having her. So let's go pick up my puppy.
Yeah, so just a little over 2 pounds. Here's your stuff. Do you have any questions?
Feeding instructions, really?
Yeah, I would feed when you get home, and being that she's only about 2 pounds, I would do a little bit of that Caro syrup that's in there. It's a clear syringe, maybe a third of it, 2 milliliters. Would be good on the first meal. Sprinkle it over top like that. Congratulations, you're welcome. Thank you.
Say hi.
Pick it up.
Tabasco.
Okay.
Oh, goodness, you're so tiny. Okay.
Thank you. And I'll grab this is the health certificate. I'll leave it in your bag. And then there's food in there to get you going. We printed the feeding instructions again. I've already had the food out to you.
She cool?
Yep, on that one there.
I think she's more just nervous. Hi.
Thank you so much.
Mommy.
What's happening?
What's happening? Hi.
Hi.
You Babs? You Barbara?
You Jessie? Jess? You Jess? Are you Ella?
Ella.
Are you Betty? Who are you? Who are you? What's your name gonna be? Little girl. Yeah. You gotta pick your name. I know. It's a big decision. You're such a little girl. Alright, I need to eat some dinner. Alright, so we've been home for a little bit now, and she's such a smart girl, so brought her in, put her on her little potty thing, which I'll show you later, and a little while later she went back over there and she peed on it, which was so smart, and then later on she went over there on her own and pooped on it, so this is a smart little pup. But we've just been playing and eating, and there she is. There she is. Still need to figure out a name for this little girl. But we are settling in for the night. So this was our first day together. Yes, it is. It's our first day together. we've got a little setup here. So for tonight, we've got a little potty pad there with food and water and a towel rolled up because her bed is not here yet. We've got toys and a plush bed and a cute puppy. So, yeah, this is day one. Someone's got the zoomies. So it is day 2 with the puppy, and officially named her Shira, which in Hebrew means song or melody or poetry. And also I love the actress Shira Haas, so that's kind of part of it. But she's got the zoomies right now. She slept most of the day. Oh my goodness. You got so much energy going on here. Let's see. Ah. My goodness. So, most of our time has been on the floor here. She does not like me being apart at all. So this has been kind of my spot. I have been doing all of my computer work from the hallway here. Because she cries if I leave her alone. She's been super fun though. Like, she's gone to some meetings with me because I can't leave her alone yet. And I put her in a little sling. Because also she hasn't had all of her shots yet. So she can't really, not that she's leash trained or anything, but she can't really be out on the ground. Where she could potentially pick up like parvovirus or things like that. So we gotta stay a little bit clean right now. Ow! That hurt. But yeah, she's been a lot of fun, but haven't gotten to sleep too much at night because she doesn't, you know, just the normal puppy thing. She doesn't like being alone in her crate, so she cries. So we're up a lot. And I've taken to just kind of having to sleep with my fingers sticking into the holes of the cage so that she can like feel that I'm near her. So we've had 2 nights together now. That has not been enjoyable. I'm definitely sleep deprived. It's like having a baby. And I don't have anyone to help. So there's that. But I think it's worth it. Yeah. We went to a networking lunch today. And she was the hit of the party. It was like 75 people in attendance, and luckily she makes a really nice icebreaker because everyone wanted to come say hi to the puppy, and then I got to introduce myself and my company, and so that worked out really well for my job. Yes. And she got this new toy tonight. We went into TJ Maxx and they found this tiny little toy that I figured she could have, and she's so far enjoying it. And today I made her a vet appointment for next week because we got to do that. And we had our first bath. But she handled that pretty well. Like, I could tell she was feeling, you know, cold even with the warm water. What have you got in your mouth? But she took it pretty well, and then we did the blow dryer, and she handled that pretty well. So, yeah. But somebody slept all day and now has all the energy. All the energy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. So this is my little cuddle bug. All 3 pounds of fury. Well, I am super bad at vlogging apparently, but it's been a few months. Shira, here she is now 8 months old, and obviously such a little love. I'll get some better angles of her in a minute, but just to give you some updates. So it is now July 11th, 2023, which actually is exactly 1 year from the day I made the decision that I was going to be moving to New York. So that's already a significant day. But she's just over 8 months old now. And My gosh, I just gotta show you this little girl. This little girl. She went back up. She loves people more than anything in the world. More than food, more than dogs. Oh my gosh, she's not gonna stay away from me either. Here, whoop, whoop. Cookie the ball. Cookie the ball. Oh, you just want to get me. Yeah. More than toys, more than food, more than dogs. She just wants to be with people and specifically with me all the time. I might have to get up to higher ground if you want to see her. But she is currently about a little over 6.5 pounds and pretty close to full grown. Look at this little love, this little floof. She is just the best little girl. She's really quiet all the time, especially when we're out and about. I'm gonna have to get up to on top of the bed here, I think, so you can see her. Because she'll just try to be on top of me with her tiny little ball. These are like less than 2-inch diameter little balls that I got. They're so cute. And gosh, let's see all the updates, because yeah, it's been since the first week that I had her that you guys are seeing her. So yeah, we have been learning to cohabitate. She is such a great little travel companion. She loves going out and she's very quiet because I've taken her pretty much everywhere with me since I got her. So nothing really phases her anymore, which is great. She goes on the subways every day. She's gone on flights. She goes in cars, like all of it. Very easy. The only time she's, we'll say, problematic is when I leave her home alone and then she barks and annoys my neighbors. So she does have some separation anxiety, probably because I never left her home at first. But other than that, she's such a good girl. She's training really well. And I actually got approved for a psychiatric service dog. So she is in training to be my psychiatric service dog as well for my PTSD. And that's been going very well as well. So I'll probably do a whole nother vlog about, you know, her being a service dog and all of that, and yeah, just show you and talk about everything. But basically, to be a service dog, you need a letter from your therapist, and then 2 kinds of training are required. So unlike an emotional support animal, which is just you have a pet, they calm you down, cool, that's it, and you do need a letter for that as well. A service dog, they need general good training, so they need to be just, you know, well behaved out in public, not gonna like lunge at people or do anything, you know, listen to your commands. And then they need to be trained to do a specific service to help you specifically as a person. So this is not, it's different from an emotional support animal or a therapy dog that can help anyone. A service animal helps you specifically. So we're mostly in the phase of just general training right now. So like learning, she's pretty good on a leash. So, you know, good loose leash walking, non-reactive, sit, you know, all the basic commands like that, and being able to go on all different kinds of surfaces and that kind of thing. That's the majority of our training. And then she is learning to help me when I'm having a panic attack or disassociation. But we'll go more into that in another vlog. Right now we're just talking about my good little girl Shira. Yeah. So again, I told you guys earlier, she's a toy maltipoo. So she's had 3 haircuts now. So gone to the groomers 3 times since I've had her. It's about every 2 months or so she needs to go get a haircut because poodles, poodle mixes, dogs that have hair, so both Maltese and poodles, of which she is, have hair instead of fur, so it will keep growing and needs to get cut. It gets matted pretty easily. She hates being brushed, so it gets matted more easily than we would like. Yeah, otherwise she's such a good girl. Everyone loves her, and yeah, we'll just watch the puppy. I'll give you a little update of her setup in the apartment. As you can see, she's getting to be in the main part of the apartment. She's, I'd say, 90% potty trained, so when I'm home and her feet are clean, I will let her in the main part of the apartment with me so I can kind of watch her because I feel like she's getting bored in her little area. But as before, I do keep her mostly in the front of the apartment with that gate that I had before. And then we've had just a little bit of updates here. So got the neater feeder food and water. She dropped some food, but this kind of just lets the water drain through, which is pretty cool, and then kind of keeps the food. So this has been actually really nice. And then her crate setup. So I got this nice wood topper off of Etsy just to make it a little more useful. These 2 bins are her stuff and this one's mine. And so she has her raised bed. I think I had this when I was first showing you. And then we were using paper pee pads, but whenever I would leave her home alone in the apartment, she would shred them. Like it looked like confetti when I came back. It was very messy. Plus, you know, just not sustainable. So we got these nice cloth ones off of Amazon. So I have 8 of them in rotation, but they have kind of grippy, I don't think you can see this, but kind of a grippy texture on the back so they don't slide around, and then they're cloth. They absorb the pee, so, you know, not that y'all asked, but basically if she poops on there, I just pick it up and and kind of just roll the poop into the toilet to flush down, and then she gets a fresh pee pad once or twice a day, and then I just, I rinse these out in the tub. Sometimes I'll put white vinegar on them to help kind of remove some of the smell, and then they just go in the laundry like anything else, just wash and dry. So that's been really great. And then she's got all of her toys, her puppy. I just got a security camera to like see what she's doing. I literally plugged this in yesterday. So this way, not only is it a security camera in case someone were to come in, but I can also, it's aimed at her crate, so I'll be able to see kind of what's going on and what her separation anxiety is about. So those are our updates for getting my puppers. Shira, she is just so perfect. Well, it does make it a little more difficult living in the city by myself because I have to make sure I'm not out too long if I do leave her alone, or if we go out I have to have, you know, her stuff with me. So fun story, like going grocery shopping, because like during the day I try not to leave her alone because of my neighbors. So I will put her, I have a dog backpack, she goes in the backpack on my back, and then I'll be hauling home groceries like 12 blocks from Trader Joe's. So she's on my back, I've got my arms loaded down with groceries, and it's quite straining on the shoulders, and it's July, it's hot. So yeah, there are downsides for sure. So if you're thinking of getting a dog in the city, definitely think about your lifestyle, and also how much time you're going to be home to devote to the dog and how much they're going to be alone, because I think, you know, it's just not kind to leave them home alone a lot, especially if they're just going to be in their crate. You want them to be out and having fun like this little girly. Luckily, I work from home, so it's it works out pretty well, and then she can come with me most places, especially because she is a service dog. Because of the Americans with Disabilities Act, places cannot refuse to have a service dog come in. I've only had problems with this in Greenwich, Connecticut. None of the restaurants would let her in, which was very frustrating, even though she had her service vest on and I had my letters. I don't know, and I could have fought it, but I was just too tired to deal with it. So, but everywhere in New York has been really great if we make it very clear she's a service dog. So something else to think about if you qualify for that. But yeah, it's been great, and I highly do recommend Premier Pups for getting a puppy. They don't have any affiliate links or something, because I feel like if I had a nickel for everyone that wanted her or wanted a dog like her, I could have made so much money by now. But I, you know, just genuinely really liked the experience with them. It was very legit, very white glove. She hasn't had any health issues. You know, she's just a great dog with a great personality. You could tell they were very loved. So I wouldn't hesitate to recommend Premier Pups if you're looking to get, you know, kind of a designer breed of dog. They're just as expensive as anywhere else you're going to get them, but it was a good experience. So, Yeah, I didn't plan out what I was going to say in this vlog, so sorry it's a little all over the place, but we're wrap it up here. And so Shira does have an Instagram if you're interested in seeing her life in the city and being a service dog. So it is at Shira the maltipoo, and I'll link that in the description below so you can go follow her and see her jaunts about the city and what she's up to. But I'm going to go ahead and close this out here. Thank you so much for watching. If you love dogs, I'm going to be trying to do a little more vlogging with her in it. And I've got some ideas coming up for some other vlogs, especially around my work. So I'll see you all later. Bye!